So, a question I want you to sit with. What do you think is scary about having what you want? What are you fearful of? Because people think that they want $1 million, $1 billion. But if they actually got $1 billion tomorrow, it would be way scarier than they think. Because they would be like, do I know how to responsibly handle this amount of money? Or would I just spend it all away and it would be out of my hands within a few days? Would I feel really fearful about the way people are judging how I spend that money? A lot of people would have eyes on you because you'd be a billionaire. A lot of people would be watching you. If it's not like publicly, at least your family and your friends. So a lot of the things that come with that are actually scarier than what we want. If we think we want this like really deep, loving connection with a partner, but actually like it can be a big mirror for you to see your deepest flaws. And if you're not ready for that, you might be resisting it a little bit, because that can be really scary. To have someone love you so unconditionally, and if you don't think you're worthy of that, you would self-sabotage it. So with both love, money, whatever it is, if you don't think that you're worthy of having the feelings now, you're going to self-sabotage. You're going to start picking fights or blowing the money away because you don't think you're worthy of it. So you're sabotaging it by spending it. And so think about what feels scary about having those manifestations now. So the fears and the feelings will bring resistance. So how can you make yourself ready for what you want? The universe wants to make sure that when they send it to you, that you're going to hold on to it. Be like, thank you. I respect this. I'm going to hold on to it. I know that I'm worthy of it. And you know how manifestation, this is my next thing about manifestation gurus always say, release resistance. What does that mean? If you're like trying to manifest something, you're like, how am I resisting it? I want it. How is that resisting it? The resistance that we have is typically about resisting the lack. So people always say, don't be in the lack mindset, be in the abundant mindset. But if we resist the lack will persist more. What we resist persists. That's true. So if we are resisting the lack, if we are resisting the concept of being lonely, if we're resisting the concept of being poor, if we're resisting the concept of being unhappy, it'll just persist because we're not making ourselves available to the emotions that come with it. The more that we can make ourselves available to the emotions behind the lack, we make ourselves available for the emotions on the other side. There's always polarity in manifestation. So resisting the lack will say, I'm not lonely. I believe that my person is out there. I believe that it's out there. I'm just going to keep pretending like I have the thing. I'm going to not even think about feeling lonely because it will put me in a vibration that I don't want to be in. But the more that we do that, we're resisting the lack, and it will persist. So the more that we can say, you know what? I feel lonely right now. And I felt lonely for a while. And I'm really worried that my person isn't going to come. And I feel like I go on these dates and I don't find the person and I get really frustrated. And a lot of people are afraid to feel that because it feels counterintuitive to manifest what we want. But we need to make ourselves available to that less than ideal emotion. And then if we get really frustrated, it's good to get the frustration out. Punch a pillow, cry it out, have a dance party. You have to transmute that energy in your body, or else it's never going to leave. And like I said, if we make ourselves available to the emotions of the lack, behind the lack, feeling lonely, feeling sad, feeling frustrated, if we say, okay, I'm going to just feel this and I'm going to let myself feel this, that is the surrender, the surrender that people talk about. That is the true surrender. Because the more that we surrender to that and make ourselves available to that emotion, we're showing the universe, I'm available for all emotions. I'm available for all feelings, including the ones on the other side, the more positive ones that I want to see. There's always going to be polarity in manifestation. The lower the lows are, the higher the highs are. There's always polarity. So what do you feel like you're resisting? What is asking to be felt? And this is the hardest and most uncomfortable part because we think we're not supposed to do this. We think we're not supposed to feel the low vibrational emotions, but they're necessary. You have to feel them.